Hey everyone, how's it going? This is Master TCG, and I wanted to make this video to kind of like show the Dark Planet Sentry OTK that I've built and used in 2 Master Tactician tournaments and matches and a few Division Skirmish matches. So it goes without saying this deck is extremely powerful. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play 5 different test hands with this deck, and we will see how many times I get the OTK. Now, here's the kicker. Every single time, I am going to be going first. You heard that right. I will be going first. So you're probably wondering, how do I OTK? You'll see. So let's start. Okay, so we want to put that back and that back. And I think we can get away with putting this back as well. There's one card that we absolutely want to get. Unfortunately, we did not see it here, but we do have a few ways to get to it, so... And the roll? 2. Perfect. So first thing we're going to do is play out Pug Treats. We use this to get Gary and Snail. There is a reason for those, so we'll get to that. Next we'll play Angel Ascendants. Angel Ascendants puts a Divine Sword into the asset to get Forgotten. I will be honest, we aren't really going to be using Forgotten for anything like that, so... Now let's go and play out our sentence, and we're going to send a Prisoner 93 to the Perished, which will trigger playing Prisoner 34, and then we use 34, sack it to add a Prisoner 34 and a Sentence, and from there we will use Sentence to draw 4 cards. Then we'll go Prisoner 34 again, sack itself. We aren't going to be able to get anything, so no targets. Then we Sentence, sending Prisoner 93. We're going to draw 4 more cards. Not quite there yet, so we'll go Marine Exchange, drawing 3. And yeah, we got what we need now, so let's go and put in those back into the deck. And then we go Star Hand. We'll just use this Star Hand to get, like, everything else that I think we'll need. So, those. After that, we'll Discourse, sending card displacement to add a card displacement to our hand. After that, we'll go and play the Forgotten Angel we have gotten from the Ascendants way earlier in the combo. Gonna play this Wrath, get it running. Then use the specialty of Forgotten, put a card into the asset. And play from our asset pile an Azrael's Chosen Angel Beowulf. And then next, we will play out Gary. Gary will allow us to discard 2 cards from our hand. So we discard Sky Soldier Colonial Wolfman and Sky Soldier Warfare. This will gain 2000 power, but let's not worry about that right now, because it's going to be popped. We're going to be wiping our own board with Northern Sky General Wolfman. And then that'll pop everything here. And that will trigger Azrael's Chosen. So then we put these 2 Dark Planets into our Perished pile to put this back into our asset. That's play now. And then, we can play out Sentry of the Dark Planet. Its specialty reads, once per copy of this card, when it's played, if there are 6 or more Dark Planet monsters in your Perished pile, you may skip your enemy's next turn. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we can skip the opponent's next turn, go straight into our next. But before we do that, we're going to play out Dread Slime Snail. And that will give us the special. And that will actually give Sentry of the Dark Planet an additional attack. On top of the fact that its timer is removed. Then we move on to the end of the turn, where Wolfman will perish. And then we can play Gary back from the perished pile. And that will trigger Sentry again. And then following turn 4, so primarily at this point we want to use our card displacement, get any Marine Guards out of the hand. And then we use Discourse to get the other one back. And then we do it again. In the event that before we did this, if they had anything else, we could just use Card Frenzy to shuffle it back, and then try to get a new set. And now, we go into the whole damage. Now we get to damage on board. So, this thing already has 3 attacks. This, we can discard 2 cards to give it 4,200 power in this case, so it will be at 4,700 power. This star counters at 2, so these already have 3 attacks. So these two have 3 attacks. This has 5 attacks, so I'm going to put in 2 additional to make it easier. So this is at 5 attacks. This is at 3 attacks. This is at 3, so that's 11 on board. If we don't count the fact that all these cards have Ravenous. So now, thanks to Dread Slime Snail. So now, this Sentry of the Dark Planet is 5 attacks, Corrosive and Ravenous. So if our opponent tries to play anything from the asset pile that would be a problem, we can remove it. We can beat over it, take corrosive damage, or even better, if they try to play someone with 2,000 more power, we just pop it outright, on top of getting additional attacks on top of that. So with the Ravenous, this is already... So these would be 12 on board. So removing Star Wrath is actually a bad idea now. So removing Star Wrath, even at 15 health, would not be good, unless you had health gain. No, actually you wouldn't be able to do that. Even if you remove Star Wrath, even with health gain, this still has 2 attacks. So this is at... So we still have 4 attacks, 60 damage on board minimum. And you can only have 15 health maximum. So, yeah, this is the combo. This is the OTK. We skip our opponent's turn, go into our second turn to where we're allowed to attack. Yeah, that's pretty much how the OTK works. So, I will go ahead and... What I can tell you straight up is, if we get Star Hand, we pretty much have the combo. If we're able to get into it, we pretty much have the combo outright. So, I will scoop it up, and I will draw hands and see how many I can transition into the combo. So, let's do it. And we pretty much have combo. All we need to do is remove that from the hand, and hope we don't draw it. That's actually a little unfortunate. And the roll is a 2, so we can easily transition this over to an OTK. So I'm not gonna get that. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. There is a reason why I'm getting that. And then the second star hand gets us 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. There we go. Pug treats. Get these to hand. Now get to our Dark Planet stuff. So let's get the double sentence. We'll play one, send that, and then play that. And that gets this. And we'll get this from the sentence. Shuffle that. Then we do that. Send this. Go and draw one. And now this is where the Marine Exchange comes in. So you do that, draw 3, and then get these out of the hand. Discourse sends displacement. Then Ascendance. Put Azrael into the assets, add Forgotten. And then Forgotten. Place 1. Play out Chosen. Gary. Discard 2. Play Wrath. And then Wolfman Pop. Get those in Perished. Put that in. These go to Perished. Just gonna put that in here. And then Sentry. Dread Slime, that gets an additional. Then end of turn, Wolfman perishes, but then we get Gary. And turn 2, rolls a 4, so let's displace. So we displacement first. Get the stuff out, and then see what they have. If they have something crazy, we just Lady Luck into Card Frenzy. And go from there. If not, we do the Gary now. If not, then if they have anything else in hand, if they have too much in hand after that, we just Frenzy. If not, then we just Discourse, card displacement, and then get whatever one last thing we need out. And that's the combo again. Pretty much set. Now I'm gonna go again. And this time, I'm not going to go through the combo. I'm going to tell you whether I know I have it. So we go here. And yeah, this is combo. I don't even need to say it. Double Star Hand pretty much is combo. So I don't have to do anything else. All we have to do is the roll, and 2 is perfect. That is exactly the roll we need. So I should mention that there is one caveat to this combo that I never mentioned yet. Now that I'm here. Dark Planet Sentence is an absolute necessity for this deck to work, and it's a class 2. So in the event that you roll a 1, you'll have to pass turn and put yourself at risk. Because you're not going to be able to get the Sentry online that turn. So that is something to keep in mind. So a roll 2 is absolutely perfect. Next sign. It's been reset. And this is one of those hands where you pretty much throw everything away. So this is hand 4. And this is a roll of 4, so for turn. So let's go ahead and get the combo rolling. We'll start with a Lady Luck. Rolls a 3, so we draw 3 cards. We're definitely going to need Marine Exchange more than ever. Prisoner 34 to add Sentence and 93. Play Sentence, sending 93, which will play Prisoner 34, which will sack. And then we draw 4 cards. And we have combo. I guess I should go and play this one out just to show. So, Star Hand. We don't actually need Pug Treats anymore. So let's just get all this out. Discourse, send displacement, get displacement. The Ascendants, put Azrael, get Forgotten. And now we go and send that, and then we draw one. Play Forgotten, Specialty, and now we pretty much are here. The roll was a 4, so we didn't actually need Pug Treats, but in the event that we did need Pug Treats, we can use this second Star Hand to... We can use the second Star Hand to get Marine Exchange, and from there we just shuffle these back, and then use Pug Treats to get them from there. But since we don't need them, we can just play the Gary, go here, wipe the board with the Wolf, and then this goes back at the cost of sending 2. Sentry, and then the Dread Slime. That gets an additional attack. And then go end of turn Wolfman. Then we roll again. And this is a case where the roll is a 2, so we don't actually need to worry about Marine Guard. So this is where we use that time to go into Discourse to get the card displacement, and we can play... And now we can play both card displacements regardless of class. So that pretty much solves that dilemma. And of course we have the this to get Gary up and high as well. And that's the OTK. And now we're gonna go into one final. We're going to go into one final hand. So this one is a little dicey, I will admit, but we can make it work. So I'll go and put these 2 back. And if we get Star Hand, that's combo. And we have Star Hand, so that's combo. And the roll for turn is a 2 again. So everything that we need to be online is in fact online. And for this one, I'll go and play the combo out one more time, just to get it, just so we have it clear. So, Discourse, we'll go and play that now, get it out. We'll need to remember it for later, of course. Star Hand. Two, 3, 4, and the second, which will get us 1, 2... 3, 4, and 5. Then Pug Treats. Get these to hand. And then Ascendants. Get Azrael into the asset to get Forgotten. We're not going to play it yet, because I don't want to forget the best part. Sentence. Send 93, 93, play 34, 34, sack itself, add a sentence, and add a sentence, and with sentence, add 34. 34, sack itself to add Prisoner 93, and then sentence, sending 93 to draw 1. We don't really need anything anymore, so we go Forgotten. Put that into the asset. Get Azrael's Chosen. That. Get the Wrath out, because why not? Discard 2. Wolfman. Force them to perish. And then send these. Sentry comes out. Snail, so 1 additional attack, so 1 additional. And then end of turn, Wolfman perishes. We play Gary. Roll for turn. Roll is a 1. That's even better. Now we don't have to worry about Savage Dual Shield. This also gets an additional because of Gary. Discourse, add card displacement, and then go there, force him out, and yeah, we pretty much have the OTK on board here. And if our opponent tries to play literally anything, like if they have Elders that they can play, we can just stop them outright. So, weird enough, I actually think it would probably be best to keep Gary as it is. A 500 power monster. Because Corrupt Descendant is in fact a thing. So we can kind of do it at any time. So, with that being said, this was the Dark Planet Sentry OTK in its glory before it gets nerfed to the ground, because I absolutely think this combo needs to be nerfed. Like, this deck does not need to exist at all, but it does, and there's nothing we can do about it until the nerf happens. The reason why I'm making this public is because it kind of is public information for most people right now, and I do not wish to have And I do not wish for people to be unaware of this deck's existence. And I kind of want to go out that I built this. I guess that's one way to put it. Well, anyway, this is Misfire TCG, signing off for now.